Hey guys, today I'm going to be making a video on 3 ways that I make money as a student athlete. Now for those of you who don't know, I'm a wrestler in high school. Now the main idea for this video, and what I really want you guys to take home, if the only thing you get out of this video is the fact that not having enough time is a pretty damn big excuse. Right now I'm wrestling 6 days a week and I'm in school for 5. That leaves me with 1 day for myself. Now the most important part about making money, especially when you're young, is saving money. Whether that means you're saving for a new guitar, a new computer, a laptop for college, no matter what it is, you have to save your money. So you can't just be blowing money on food, though it might only seem like it's a little bit of money, like, oh, 20 bucks on, Waffle House. May not seem like a lot, but you do that twice a week, like, oh yeah, I have money, I could do it. It really adds up, especially with things like coffee, where you want to buy it every single day. That adds up. You have to save your money. And of course, if you want to get a coffee from Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts once in a while, sure, you're young, enjoy your money. This first piece of advice is mentioned by pretty much every single financial YouTuber that makes a video targeted towards teenagers, and that's mowing lawns. Yes, I know. Every time you watch a video that's like this, you hear about this one. But listen, mowing lawns is a wonderful way of making money, especially when you don't have a lot of time. And that's because mowing lawns, depending on the size of the lawn and the difficulty of the lawn you're mowing, really doesn't take that much time. And for the amount of time that you put in, it can make a lot of money. One of the bigger problems with this one is actually finding people to purchase your lawn care service. My parents have been very, generous, and they pay me around 20 bucks to mow, my family's yard. And that's very, very cool of them. And I know a lot of other families won't pay their kids because they see that as some kind of a chore and not something they should be paid for. If that's the case, gain some experience with mowing your own lawn, doing it just to help your parents, that's great. And then you can try and actually ask neighbors. That's something that I recommend a lot, is going for neighbors instead of just random people, especially when you can only do so many lawns because you don't have that much time. You can't mow an entire neighborhood in a couple hours. The reason why I say neighbors is a better idea than just random people is because it's a lot easier to build a relationship with somebody you already know. If they know you have a super stacked schedule and maybe this Tuesday you have a game or a tournament so you can't mow their lawn, you're able to work that out with them and move it to a later date. If you have a bi-weekly, agreement with somebody that you don't know, it's a lot harder to make those changes. So if you have a neighbor that willing to let you cut their lawn, they're willing to pay you for it, that's a wonderful way to make money. This next piece of advice, this one really varies between sport to sport, and that is learning about the gear that your sport uses, finding deals, and flipping them. Now, for this one, wrestling isn't the best idea because all you really have are singlets and shoes. A sport like lacrosse, where there's helmets, elbow pads, sticks, heads, so many pieces of gear, it's a lot easier to do that in a sport like that, as opposed to wrestling where you really only have 2 pieces of gear, and nobody wants to buy like a knee pad or something like that. When I played lacrosse in middle school, I was able to actually make a pretty good amount of money by selling sticks, whether that be, I'd string sticks I learned how to string, and I'd string sticks and sell them to other players, or I'd just find a really good deal on Amazon or on eBay or something like that, and I'd flip that to make some more money so I could buy the next piece of gear. And that's how I was able to make a lot of money when I was in middle school. All of that money went right back into lacrosse so I could buy, the newest helmet or the newest stick, and so I could have the best gear possible when I was younger. So that's also a pretty dang decent way of making money, and especially within your niche, within your sport. If it's something that you enjoy, why not make some money in it? The third and final way to make money as a student athlete is chores. When I was younger, and even to this day, I would beg my parents for little chores or little tasks I could do to make $1 or $5 here and there. Whether that be to straighten the shoes that are by the front door or clean the windows, it doesn't matter what it would be, I would beg my parents for chores. Now this one isn't very sustainable, especially if you're kind of older. There's only so many things you can do around the house. Now, this leads me to my next point, and that's asking, neighbors or family, friends, and other people like that for things that you can do, whether that be to, offer to babysit their dog, or dog sit, as they say, walk their dog, or, there's lots of things that you can ask to do for money, and let people know that you're there to help them. That way, you know, instead of them hiring somebody from whatever website they do to find a dog sitter, they know to go to you. Now, dog sitting might not be the best example because that, you know, only comes every couple months whenever they need to go on a trip or, you know, see family or whatever they need to do. So dog sitting isn't the only thing you can do, obviously. There are so many other things, you know, such as the first one, mowing their lawn. There's so many things you can offer to help your neighbors with for money. So yeah, that was just a quick little video about 3 things I do to make money as a student athlete, especially with a super stacked schedule. Now, of course, there are many more ways you can make money, especially when, you know, whenever you're young. There's so much potential, so many things that you can do and learn about. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This next piece of advice. This next piece